I'm gonna start speaking for the young people. I mean the young people who want to be successful, because a lot of people are not speaking for the young people. I mean the young people who really want to break out their families and who wanna do things they gotta do for themselves, but they don't have the courage to do it. Because success is very different in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Sexual energy is very different from your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s. And even as you look at your fingers, your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s. And in your 20s, most likely you're only dealing with two people, the creator and yourself. When you're 30, you gotta deal with the creator, yourself, and your family. When you're 40, you gotta deal with the creator, yourself, your family, and maybe your friends. And your friends and your associates and all those other things. Your business people and all that other stuff. Right? And, I had to realize something. Like, as I break out this shell, I had to understand people are very selfish in their intentions about who they think you should be. And, a lot of times come being 20, when I tell another 20-year-old, yo, like, you gotta read, bro. I'm not coming from I'm forcing you to do something. I'm like, yo, bro, if you don't enhance yourself intentionally, people will forcefully put their garbage in you. And you gotta engage, you gotta invest in yourself. Because if you don't, a lot of people are gonna put their garbage in you, they're gonna put their crap in you, they're gonna put um their stuff in you, and their infection in you, their disease, which is most likely fear. And you're not aware, because you're so busy trying to be with everybody else. Everybody else is in your pocket, and their hand is in your pocket, your mind, your frustration. And when I would say to all the 21-year-olds, 19, 20, 21, because I'm 21, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. No, I see when you turn about 25, things change for you. Because then you start thinking about other people. That's when you start shifting and start thinking about other people. But when you're like 21, 20 to 25, that's your time. And, I was speaking to my father yesterday. And he was making me feel so guilty about being by myself. And, I was meditating because I'm an Aries Taurus cusp. And I swear, if it wasn't for astrology, shit would be fucking bananas. And Aries are very selfish. Right? And I'm a Taurus man in my core. Because when you look at my chart in many ways, I need to deal with digression. I'm a Taurus sun, Capricorn moon, and Leo rising. So those signs can be very not selfish. They can be very giving, very, I want to give my all to you, give my heart to you, and blah, 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 blah. And, I've noticed that, when I was doing my meditation for my solar plex chakra, and I noticed that I fell asleep after I was doing my chant, my Ram chant with the YouTube meditation. I woke up with the thought. I said, all of my ancestors, whether it be my parents, my grandparents, my uncles, from in their 20s up, they made a choice that led to dealing with other people, more people than they should. And I feel from the age of 20 to 25, you should not be worrying about anybody else but you. Not family, not friends, not not anything. I mean, and everybody's situation is different. Don't get it twisted. Some people, they have to quote unquote take care of their family, but I think that could be your ultimate demise because you never get the time to take care of you. In all your life, you're busy taking care of other people, and that's cool to some extent, but if that's not balanced, that becomes destructive. Everything in moderation. And I realized how my father was talking to me about, oh, I'm broke and I don't have no money and I'm making a major decision to go to Georgia. And I'm this, that, and the third. And he's talking about all the things in my current situation. And I realized as I woke up from this meditation that I gotta stop associating with people who have the self-image of me I no longer want to be associated with. Because it's not just the perception I no longer want to be associated with. It's the image I no longer associate with. I no longer want to be associated with a job I don't like. Forget the principle, because the principle I can always indoctrinate that in my life. Being early to work, being on time, I have time for that. But it's the self this was more important, young people. It's the self image that you gotta worry about. What are they indoctrinating in your subconscious mind about who you are? And I think that's what you gotta protect with your life. Like even in you gotta protect your self-image or your quote-unquote reputation with your life. Because when you're 20 to 25, I think that's a measurable time when that will make the foundation for the rest of your life. And I realized why my father is always about family. Because from 21 up, he was worried about me and what I'm eating and what I'm thinking about and what I'm doing. But he never got time for himself. Ever. Like serious time. Not like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean months, years. And only developing himself with people who are better than him. So he can grow and developing that relationship with the people who's taking him to the next level. And when you get to the next level, he's on to the next level. And then when he's ready to come back down, because usually he's coming back down to your family, you're ready. And when I go to Georgia, because I have family in Georgia, I'm not going back. I'm not going there to say hi. I'm not going there to say I'm not ready for that. I don't want no disturbances. I don't want no distractions. I don't want nobody calling me. I don't want nothing. I want me. You feel me? I want my self-image. I don't care about what others think about me. I'm probably time I'm saying it. I don't care about what anybody thinks about me. I don't care about what anybody feels about me. I don't care. Because you know what I learned about my mother and my father, and I learned it more from my mother. When you spend your whole life thinking about other people, that's who your self-power and your self is derived from, other people. So when they're not serving you the way what you think they're a disgrace. Because you weren't selfish enough to build you. So you know your greatest power is actually in not keeping them around you. Your greatest power is to let them go. Because you know they must build with themselves first. And not saying, oh man, I need help. I don't need help. I need the medicine of this disease called fear. Protect your self-image with your life. Your self-respect, your self-dignity, and your reputation with your life. Because there are so many people who will infect you consciously and subconsciously without you knowing about it. And that's the scariest part about it. But what young people don't know, they will infect you subconsciously. And you sit with that in your mind for years and you acting on something you don't even know where you got it from. And what most people don't want to tell young people is 90% of your behavior is not your own. Hear me? 90% of your behavior is not your own. Not blaming nobody, but it's rooted. It's rooted. It's rooted. It's rooted from your parents. There's a good book called Forgive Your Parents and Heal Yourself. They didn't make that because it's all about blaming your parents. A lot of who you are is because of your parents. And a lot of people are not trying to be better. They're trying to be just like them. I've had close friends who made that decision. I said, I don't want to be like that though. I don't want to spend my whole life being about somebody else. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not even talking about after 25. After 25, your life kind of changes. To some extent. But I'm talking about that primary age between 20 and 25. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe nobody nothing. And you know, I was talking to my father yesterday about this move. I left him with one sentence. I said, it's not about you. You think it's always about where your values coming from and blah, blah, blah. It's not about you. And you got to muster up the courage to tell people that sometimes. Because a lot of times our parents are really, really, really selfish and always thinking about, oh, are you doing what I told you to do? And it's not about you. Especially in your 20s, it's not about you. Like, I don't get it twisted. I've learned the lessons of saying, yo, you gotta be grateful for your parents. Because, like, yo, they take care of your shit. But that's also one of the most crippling things in the world because you're being taken care of. You're not taught to fly. So, protect your self-image and your reputation with your life.